Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle, and today I am reviewing Crooked Kingdom, and it's by Leigh Barlow. Before we get into this video, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and that like button. And just so that you guys know, Crooked Kingdom is the sequel to The Six of Crows. So if you haven't read that book, or if you haven't watched that book review, then I would recommend reading that book and watching that book review before you watch this book review. The Crooked Kingdom takes off right where the last book left off, and as we know, in the last book, one of the main characters, Inej, she got captured, and in the last book, just a little recap, they were all Kaz, the leader of this the group, he decided to make a deal with a powerful man named Van Eck. And that deal went wrong because Van Eck tricked him and took Inej hostage, and things didn't go to plan. So they thought they were going to be millionaires by now, but instead they're right back to fighting for their lives and fighting to get Inej back and fighting to get that money. So that's where this book starts off. Right now they just need a plan, they need to scheme, and they need to find a way to bring down some people who betrayed them in the last book, like for example Pekka Rollins. And we know that Pekka Rollins has always been Kaz's #1 target because Pekka Rollins had no mercy for Kaz and his brother when they were younger. And Pekka doesn't even remember Kaz's brother's name. Like, he doesn't even remember Kaz, he doesn't recognize him. And that just makes Kaz even angrier, that burns the fuel. And so Kaz is definitely more than happy to take Pekka down. So that is on his priority list as well. But right now they're trying to get Inej back. And once they do get Inej back, they need to get the money that they were supposed to have in the last book. But this time it's an even larger sum of money. And my rating for this book would totally be a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love this book. This book was so intense, but also funny at the same time. The author did a really great job of keeping the book intense, but also lighthearted at the same time. And it was so engaging every time I put down this book. I really wish that I could just be turning the next page. And I just love this book overall. It's my new favorite book. It's just amazing, and I totally recommend you guys check it out. Back to talking about the book. One of my favorite lines from this book is on the back, just so that I don't get it wrong. So Jesper, again, he's one of the main characters in the book. Jesper tapped his fingers restlessly. Has anyone noticed that this whole city is looking for us, mad at us, or wants to kill us? So, said Kaz. Well, usually it's just half the city. Now, as you can see from that little portion, that little paragraph from the book, you can already tell that this book is a lot more intense. And during this book, after they get Inej back, getting the money is a whole nother challenge, because Inej runs into someone new, someone who is better than her, someone who is just as good as her, even better, and who has the same skill set as her and is on the other team, unfortunately, is trying to take Inej down. And so that is just a whole nother block in this whole plan, because Inej has to take her down, or else she won't be able to take care of her part of the plan. And not only that, but Inej is also weak from being captured by Van Eck. And so a lot of things are going on in this book, and another one of them is, you guys remember QE, right? QE, just to refresh your memory, QE was, or is, the son of the guy who made Jurda Parem, and that was the drug, I guess you could say, that made the witches, or the Grisha, more powerful, and it enhanced their powers and gave them more powers. But that drug went very wrong, and it killed tons of Grisha, and Nina, if you guys remember, she's also a Grisha and she cares about them. And she also, in the last book, towards the end, she also had taken a dose of Jorda Parem just so that she could save the team. And unfortunately, Jorda Parem is really messing with Nina's senses. Towards the beginning, she's kind of having flashbacks of how horrible she was at first, because what this does to you, what this drug does to you, is it makes you like go crazy. It makes you want more. You're not really conscious almost. It's like you're doing everything in a drunken haze, I guess you can say. And so Nina feels bad for everyone for putting them through that. And also, she is not able to use her normal powers, which are a big asset to the team. What she used to be able to do was stop guards' heart rates just by lowering her finger, moving her finger, and now she can't do that. Now she's weak, and she also has this new power that is a product of the Jorda Parem, and she doesn't know how to use it, she doesn't understand it yet, and so this whole book is really just the whole team trying to get their bearings, trying to get revenge, and trying to make sure that the city doesn't want to kill them, at least the whole city, and maybe get it back to being half the city who hates them. And then one more thing that's happening in this book, Jesper's dad comes to visit Jesper, and they're back in the town that Jesper was supposed to be in studying in, and his dad hasn't heard from Jesper in such a long time. Jesper hasn't been responding to his mails or anything, so his dad comes to check on him. And obviously Jesper can't tell his dad, can't ruin his dad's perfect picture of Jesper. He can't tell his dad about how he's been in this gang for the past few months and how all of the people he's killed and all of the things that he's done, he can't tell that to his dad. So the whole team covers for Jesper, and they also have to find some way to protect Jesper's dad without him figuring out about this whole grand scheme. And so that is what this book is about. Very long book. It's over 500 pages, but it's definitely worth the long read, and it doesn't even feel like a really long book. It just feels, you know, amazing. I love this book. So if you guys want to check out this book, then make sure you check out the description box below. I will leave the links for Amazon, Google Books, Barnes & Nobles, and if you click on the links for Google Books on the bottom right corner of your screen, it'll show the nearest libraries this book is available at near you. And that's all I have to say about this book. Again, it's called Six of Crows by Leigh Barlow. And also, I just wanted to mention, this was a sequel to Six of Crows, as I mentioned earlier. And if you haven't read, which I'm assuming you have read the first book of the sequel, but if you haven't read the trilogy that came before this, it's a whole nother trilogy. You don't have to read it before reading Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, but that trilogy kind of explains the whole Grisha thing and how that came about and all of that, kind of the backstory, I guess you can say. So yeah, and as you guys know, in every single one of my book reviews, I have a sneak peek where I show you guys what the next book I'm going to be reviewing looks like, and it is called The Night Garden. Here's what it looks like, and it is by Polly Harvath. I'm sure you guys have heard this author before because I've reviewed her books before, so I'm excited to review this one for you all. If you guys want to check out that book review, then make sure you check out my page where I post every Sunday. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next Sunday with a new video. Bye guys!